Yeah.
But some of it is a side effect of the infusion. I'm like, I'll take it.
Had they been giving you some more, any other stuff? I guess infusion is the primary thing, huh?
For right now, but they said when I get home, and I don't know why they didn't bring any Tylenol with me. I guess because I knew I was going to be in the hospital. But if you get Tylenol from the hospital, it's going to be $11,000.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not going to get any additional medicine. So I just have the cough suppressant, which is helping. I made sure I got that. And so they said when I get home, I need to take the Tylenol to try to bring this temperature down. And make sure I monitor this blood pressure, who's this out of control.
What is your blood pressure looking like?
Yeah.
I think I just got fixated on the temperature. When the temperature went up, I was like, "Oh, I'm finna FaceTime," so I went and go look for my mask, which I shouldn't have had to look for. I got blue ones, but
you're at home.
I know. I was just messing with you.
Oh yeah. My girlfriend, she had me cracking up laughing when I told her, I have heated warm blankets and my legs are up. She's like, "Oh, you had a spot." I said, "No, I'm at this $1 million hospital. It's connected to the same hospital where I was born. They got valet and executive chef, so let you know." That's what Mama calls.
You look beautiful.
Oh, I do?
By the eyes, yeah, you do.
Oh,
I mean, you clearly look like your eyes look not puffy, but like when you got a cold, congested, or like congested eyes.
But not like I'm dying.
But don't look like you're dying.
That's good.
That's a good thing. It's a positive thing. Glad to see. I'm glad to see that.
Because I ordered him a cake. Obviously, you can't have a party or anything, but I ordered him a cake, and I can't go get it. So she's gonna go get it for me and drop it off on my porch and let me know she's outside.
Oh, okay.
So at least he'll have cake.
Okay. And a card. I'm guessing that it'll get there by now. I meant to go look when because I had talked to Mama, so I meant to track her package when I was on the phone with her. And he's like, you might want to see this. This might affect you. And they were saying how Chicago, they still had packages backed up from before Christmas. And I was like, for real? Because I had still, I still occasionally sent things to y'all even after that. But I was under the impression that the dude that Cheeto put into place in the post office had resigned and left. But he was like, no, he's still there. I was like, oh, well, good luck to us all.
I'm sure they're going to figure out a way to get rid of them.
Yeah, I hope so, because the mail is the last means of, untapped communication.
Girl, well, I got the same hat. We're twins. I got the same hat.
I got that hat.
Huh?
I got that hat. Except it got a flower.
It holds all your hair.
Yeah, it does. It holds all your hair, and it don't, in any jabbers that would stick out, like plaits, if you got it in plaits, whatever you got would still, or if you got afro puffs, all they're going to do is come out a little bit, still be even. I love them. In the house and out the house.
Yeah.
You didn't do it. What'd you have for breakfast?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I went to Jack in the Box.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I went to Jack in the Box and I almost threw up, but I was determined. I ordered the biggest thing they had. It just disgusting. Makes me want to throw up, but I ate it. So it had.
You still have water?
Yes.
I'm going to get you some Tylenol. I called the hospital list on call and I got an order, so I have $6.50 to give you.
Thank you so much.
Right there.
Okay. She's going to give me some Tylenol. How much is this going to cost me? Oh, Lord. Hospital Tylenol costs way more.
Yeah, it costs way more.
This is probably $15,000 I'm putting in my mouth right
and
now.
74 cents.
Thank you. I need it, though. Them numbers let you know. You know what? It's probably worth it.
Hydrate, too.
Because them numbers are hospital grade numbers.
Yeah. You said you wasn't feeling, you said you didn't have a headache no more, but how do you feel otherwise?
Oh, I have a headache now.
Oh.
So when my temperature rises,
It goes with it, okay.
So, and I knew my temperature was rising because you know how you start feeling it creep up? I was like, oh, yeah. It hurts me, but I had to learn from somebody who gets migraines, not to say I got migraine, because they were like, okay, let me explain to you what a migraine is. And by the time they described it, they said, now that you know what a migraine is, do you really think that's what you have? I was like, no. I go around telling people. Because I don't have sensitivity to light. I don't need to be in a corner somewhere. I don't have all that stuff. And so for me to casually say that.
But that's just something, again, that's your ability to absorb knowledge. That's your ability, because it's people that know what migraines are and still
just throw it around.
Use them interchangeably.
Oh, Willie, y'all Willie.
Because I remember when
I
remember when I was super young, and when I was plagued with migraines as a super young person, I specifically remember Even because, you know, I was young enough to be watching, you know how you watch the Good Times and all, and Jeffersons and all that after school and whatever, like while everybody else watching Bananarama and stuff. But if I would have to be cognizant not to lay, you know, when you're young, you lay on the floor and watch TV like this. When I had migraines, I had to be cognizant not to sit or lay on the floor or too low, in fact.
What's that? What's going on? Did I do something? Did I mess it up? Hold on.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Oh, I meant to ask you. Did y'all get vaccinations?
Yeah, the first round. Yeah. What's that? What does that mean?
This means it's done. So I'm going to take you over to your stay home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the medication.
Okay, good. I was like, oh, maybe because I have my own. So it's all in my body now.
It's not done. What did it say? Yeah, it's just complete. But they must have put overfill in the bag. So it's put some in there. So what time did I start it? At 11:40?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it should be done. It's an hour, but there's still no medicine in here, so you get extra dose.
I'll take it.
So I'm just going to add a little bit more in here.
Okay. Give it to me.
No, but that's not easy. Just a little bit. Extra dose for you today.
Yay. Thank you so much. Well, you got to see some real live action.
And cut and scene and scene.
And scene. Wait, did you see me push the button? I was like, oh, I just got my button real quick. I pushed it. And I made sure I put it right here so it didn't fall down. So if anything popped off, I was like,
Hey, what was her name? Is she your regular nurse, or they have different people filtering in and out?
My assigned nurse for today. I think her name is. Oh Lord, I need to know her name. It starts with a C.
Okay. Yeah.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
I have another. Yeah, you got to play games in corporate America. Unfortunately, for them to take a black woman seriously, which is not that many of us.
They know that. They'll just continue to act like they don't know it, so they can keep doing it. That's all.
Oh yeah.
And we know that, and they know it, and it's just a vicious cycle. We all know.
Exactly.
We all know
so,
it.
Yeah, I got my book here.
Okay.
So yeah, I got things
cool.
Going good. Eggs kicked out.
Did you read? But did you read Becoming?
Okay. I'm not like you. Like, I'm not a big book reader.
I'm not anymore. That's why I asked you that. I'm not anymore.
I didn't say it. But anyway, he gave me this book to read, and I ordered it, and I can't wait to read it.
Yeah.
I think it's called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah.
So, I'm in the process of reading that, too.
Yeah, you need me to tutor you? Because...
Yeah, like, but you got to be real. It's different, though. It's different in corporate America.
It is. It is.
Especially at my level, because I'm not like a lower level
right.
VP.
Right. There's an etiquette for it.
So I have to be real.
There's an etiquette
careful.
for it. Yeah.
Because I also want to make sure that, because I used to be like, what's his name? I ain't nobody. I was like Charles Barkley. I'm not anybody's role model. I'm just trying to, figure my way out. But no, you are. Whatever you do is going to set the tone for whoever comes behind you. So you got to take that serious.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
I'm very careful.
Yeah, I'm careful too, and I know that there's an etiquette for different levels, and I know what most of those, except for levels that I've never seen, entail. And frankly, that's why I do little bitty things. There are other little bitty things that I do for not only my protection on a professional level, but also the protection of people I love, like you, for example. And that's one of the reasons why. I'm not very active on Facebook, because I know that with your profession and within your position, there are some things that I post on my social media that would not align with your profession. And so I don't want it. Whether if I was your friend or your sister, people go look at other people's friends. I've done it. Everybody does that, and their family members or whatever. And I think you would be held less liable because, ironically, as family, you don't have control over who your family is. So I don't think that you would be, held accountable for anything I might do or say. But at the same time, I'm still cautious. Whether it's your office or your or church. You know what I mean? So there are certain things that I know don't align with those areas, and I'm not trying to jeopardize no black people.
Don't worry about that. I got some real foul friends on Facebook.
I know
that I purposefully don't follow, but I go into their pages so I can see what they post, because I know they real foul, but I'm not going to friend them.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, things that I might post, like if I'm, there are plenty of examples. I'm controversial in a lot of areas. And so, and I don't want that to influence her. And it's like that with everybody. Like if you love somebody, you do have to turn those corners and make those adjustments. Again, whether it's professionally or otherwise. Just like with Adele in her position. Even with me when I was traveling.
Sometimes Adele posts some crazy stuff because I follow her. But no, when it's real extreme, I'm like, I gotta put home break for like 30 days.
Yeah, exactly.
She sometimes she goes straight.
Exactly.
Like,
and so but what I'm saying is like even with her, who sometimes has controversial opinions or whatever. Like, the example I was giving, like when we travel together, like she's a people person, I'm not. So again, there's that different thing that I have to accommodate. You know what I mean in those circles. So it's, like you said, different levels. It's different for you on your level professionally. Just like it would be different for somebody that casually just like.
Don't let me catch you in the kitchen somewhere where there no cameras or nothing around, because I'm liable to tell you how I really feel.
Right. But that's what I like about my people. Like I think my people know that I don't take offense when they don't be interactive a lot, because they got stuff to protect. And we all understand that. But those same people, like for instance, I could be best friends with Beyonce and people wouldn't know it because I would want Beyonce to continue to be comfortable telling me the stuff, saying, or not even just telling me, getting stuff off her chest with people that she can't do it with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't let it fool you.
Yeah, don't you do it.
Don't let it fool you. Cough drop. Cough drop. It curbs my appetite, but I ain't got no appetite. So now I'm doing it just because my lungs been heavy. I think people take lightly when it's expressed that God is in us. But it should, because we're only in human flesh, so we only know, even if we knew all the powers, we only know so much with what to do with them. So yeah. It's
my
like
back is starting to hurt. I don't know why.
Aches. Aches come with that.
I have a pillow too. I told you this is fancy over here. So I have a pillow. I just put behind my back.
Oh, okay.
So that feels better.
Oh, okay, good.
Perfect.
I hope this just disappears for you.
Me too. Well, not just me. My whole family.
For the whole family. For the whole family. Drink you some more water.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm so glad I came. Because they had another appointment available in Dallas tomorrow, but I'm like, why wait another day if I don't have to? Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, it takes an hour to get over here, but to me it's worth it. Go ahead and get it in my system. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially now that, the rest of my family's starting to cough and stuff. I need to be able to get better so I can take care of them. Although,
is he starting to cough too?
Girl, I heard him hacking all night. And I called him this morning, and normally he lies and says he's fine. I said, how you doing? He said, not good.
Oh. Because it still seems kind of common, but you're right. People aren't. They're
my age and older.
Yeah, it's going to be old in a minute. Yeah. You know what else everybody dropped? Brenda got dropped.
Yeah, that's because Tupac died. Brenda got a baby. Brenda got a baby.
I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that.
So really, you think Tupac is responsible for all the Brendas in the world? Well, half of them probably.
Really? It ain't no more Regina's popping off.
Yeah, only my age and older.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's actually a few names, really, now that we're talking about it. Leslie.
Yep, again.
And before us, that was a male and a female name.
Yeah.
Before our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's random, but...
I know, right? It's like, how we get on the new names that's finna be old?
Yeah, no, but people gonna start, we're gonna be like the equivalent of grandmother soon.
Yeah,
most of my classmates are, so they're gonna be naming their kids.
Our names are gonna be to them what names like Pearl and Ophia are to us.
Oh, yes.
Or for white people, Margaret, Margie.
Right.
Margaret.
Margie.
Maggie, I would say Maggie, Margie.
Yeah.
I remember
I don't know why that's not irritating me, but it's not. I don't know why. I guess because when I go to soccer games, there's this really annoying sound in some of the parents. It's like a really loud, and it's worse than this is piercing. So I'm like, at least it's not that.
Right. Elimination, pacification. And it might be the pitch too. Even though it's loud and high, it's not, like you said, piercing. Does that means it's finished?
Huh?
That means it's finished?
Yeah, medicine's out. It's gone now. So now it's time for her to, the last part of this process is for her to put the saline in to flush out the rest of it. And there's a saline bag, I can see it. So they just need to switch it up, put it over there. And then I'll just sit for an hour to make sure everything's
Right.
everything.
Does it
But
feel?
I talked to the nurse at my job, and she says, well, typically with the infusion, if there was going to be any issues, it usually happens within the first 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if something was going to happen, she said, I would have known by now.
Okay. Does it feel like your fever is subsiding? Okay, good.
It's still there, but I can feel it
Subsiding gradually. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.